Testing, testing. Chat, is this working? Can you hear me? No viewers yet. All right, it's working. All right, yeah, it's working now. How's it going, Luke? Thanks for joining early. Thanks for all the thanks for giving me the wave. What's up, Just a Stranger? Love the Tyler the Creator profile right there. So let's see. I'm hoping that some other people will start joining soon. In the meantime, here's the overview. So I was wondering if I could share my screen right here. I'm so new to this. It's I don't know how I can share the screen within the screen. I think I should just go back to this. So here's what we're gonna do. Oh, man. We are going to make a few tier lists, the reptile YouTubers, the zoology YouTubers, and I'm also going to be ranking the presidents, not based on how good they were or how much I like them. It's going to be based on whether or not I could beat them in a fight. And also, the Hawks, they're playing tonight. It's their playoff game. Let's see what the score is. Oh my God, they are getting beaten. Oh man, you see that? It's 58-44. Not good. Not good. Oh man, I really want to get the others. Okay, so okay. Oh boy, I don't think this is the way you're supposed to do it. Oh my goodness, that sucks. So new to this. Okay, so now I think yes, I did. Thank you for that. So here's the overview. Reptile YouTubers, zoology YouTubers, and ranking the presidents based on whether or not I could beat them in a fight. And I'll also be doing Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, you should probably get them fired right now. Fire them at me. Go crazy. I don't care. I also want to take a look at my views. My last few videos bombed very badly. But yeah, I feel like this one became a sleeper hit, but this one, 9 views. Ouch. That is not good. Also, if you start hearing cars in the background, it's just because of these jerkheads who are driving these Hellcats and Camaros, and they make these loud engine noises like like I do not want to hear your stinking car. Do you plan on doing more of these? Yes, I am. I'm planning on doing one for my birthday. It's in 1 week, by the way. Give me something good. I'm also gonna be doing one with my gecko. And I think that's it so far. So what do you guys think? Should I do reptile YouTubers, zoology YouTubers, presidents, whether or not I could beat them in a fight, or should I do some other subject? I literally just discovered your channel while I was scrolling like a fatty. You seem pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. What's its name? His name is TG. Just hoping that some more. Do the president's one first. All right, I'll do the president's one first. USA, yeah, USA, baby. All right. Presidents based on whether or not I could beat them in a fight. I don't know if all right, 60-40. That basically means that that I get the upper hand, but they might beat me 50-50. Then we're gonna go 40-60. That means that they're probably going to beat me. And then the last one, I think I'm going to be oh gosh, I don't know what I want to call this last one. Bodied. And also, if you're all gonna get political in the comments here, if you're gonna get political in the chat, please don't. This is just for fun. All right. So first up, George Washington. I think he's gonna give me a butt whooping. He's very smart. He's very skilled. But he did lose more battles than he won, if I remember from history class. So maybe 60-40, maybe I think he'll have the upper hand. You know, maybe I'm gonna put one at a row above. What do I want to label that? I'm gonna label this should be does he have a gun? No, this is going to be fist fight only. I'm gonna call this one the yeah, I'm gonna put him in here. Up next, John Adams. I feel like this guy, John Adams, from what I know about him, is that he was probably the biggest. He supposedly supported liberty and freedom, even though he made the law that said you can't criticize the president. So I feel like I feel like he's kind of hiding this fragile facade behind him. Lol, you're my favorite YouTuber now. Use mind tactics, he will never lie. That's a good point. I could use, he's short. I'm not so sure. What was George Washington height? 6'2". I'm 6 foot. can step on him. Yeah, I think he's. So I feel like this one right here. I'm gonna go 40-60. I think I'm gonna go 40-60 on John Adams. I feel like he was pretty short. Maybe you're right, and I don't think he was as experienced in the battlefield as Washington. So I feel like I could get a slight upper hand on him. Thomas Jefferson, I'm going to put him in 50-50. I feel like with him, he's kind of unpredictable. Like with him, he supposedly was anti-slavery, even though he had hundreds of them on his plantation. So I feel like he's got some tricks up his sleeve. I don't know what I'm yapping about. I was talking about Adams. Yeah, I figured. All right. So, yeah, James Madison, I'm going to put him in 60-40. I think he was the shortest president. So I think I have that on him, but he was also, I think he was also a military strategist. So I think that he may, what he lacks in brawn, he may make up for in brain. So I feel like I could be able to take him down, but I don't know what I'm doing here. I feel like I may be able to take him down, but he may have some tricks up his sleeve. All right, up next, James Monroe. I don't know too much about this guy. I just don't know too much about him. James Monroe. From what I know is that he came up with the Monroe Doctrine, which was preventing further colonization into South America. I don't know. Oh, frick. Actually, I feel like this one would work. I don't know where I went with this. All right, there we go. So, actually, I think I'm going to put James Madison, maybe 50-50, and James Monroe, I think I'd most like. Then again, how are we? Oh man, what was James Monroe's height? It's not saying anything. Wait, Loki just fart on them? Who is he? Yeah, I don't know James Monroe. Okay, John Quincy Adams. He's the son of John Adams, so I don't think I think he's also lacking in height. I don't even think he did that much as president, so most likely I'd beat their ass. Andrew Jackson, this is easy. He would beat the living crap out of me. Like, have you heard of how, like, this dude was an absolute psychopath. Like, there was one time a guy just came up to him, and, like, to be fair, he did try to shoot him, but like, I think the trigger, it failed twice, and he just whacked the crap out of him. He just beat him up with his cane. Like, he was just an absolute menace. And he loved dueling? No way. I think even without the gun, he would just clobber me. He'd give me a clobbering. Martin Van Buren. I'm putting him embodied because I don't know that much about him, but I know that he was unpopular with the Whigs. They call him Van the used up man, and Martin Van Ruin. So I'm putting him embodied. I think all I'd have to do is just make a slight insult at him and just get him to cry and look pathetic, and then I could just kick him in the balls. Same with William Henry Harrison. He was dead within a month. Within the month he became president. He caught pneumonia and then just died. So I think I just have to spit on him and then I beat him. Dr. Doofin ass. You guys gotta keep these comments coming. John Tyler. I do not. Who is John Tyler? Like half these guys, I don't even know much about them. Like I know all their names, but I don't know much about some of them. So John Tyler, I think I'd most likely beat his ass. Same with Polk. I hear that he caught like chlamydia or something like just a few months after he left office and then died, or Claudia or cholera or something like that, and then he died. Same with Zachary Taylor. This is the guy that ate cherries. The guy that ate cherries and milk, and then he died in office. So I think I'd most likely, but he's also in the Mexican-American War. So I think maybe he'd have a slight edge on me. But 40-60 sounds right. Or looks like my principal or teacher. That's good to know. Millard Fillmore. And speaking of teachers, I had a teacher named Millard. I hear that he was not a good president. He took over when Taylor died. I don't know much about him. I'm pretty sure he was the one who contributed to the divide that led up to the Civil War. So I'm gonna put him in 40-60, maybe. Franklin Pierce. You gotta feel bad for this guy. He's considered to be one of the worst presidents in American history. He lost his son in a train crash, I believe, and I feel like I would most likely beat him up, but I would feel bad about it. So maybe 40-60. But James Buchanan, I'd body him easily. Maybe if I were to rank these based on how much I bodied them, I think it goes James Buchanan, Martin Van Buren, and William Henry Harrison. Abraham Lincoln would wipe the floor with me. He's literally in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, as I've heard, and he was like 6'6", even without his top hat. So I'm pretty sure he'd wipe the floor with me. He'd probably go full on Ric Flair and just take my head and just put them close to my knees. I'm pretty sure Abraham Lincoln. Nah, let bro live. Talking about Franklin Pierce. Woo! Hey there. Yo, what's up, Luke? Sorry I haven't been reading your replies. I don't know how to. Hi there. Give me a second. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. Nice. Oh yeah. So yeah, Abraham Lincoln would wipe the floor with me. Andrew Johnson. Doesn't this guy just look like the biggest? Doesn't Andrew Johnson just look like the guy who just talks so much trash and then he just get bodied like Eli Apple? I think I'd most likely beat him up. I think he kind of looks like he has a bit of muscle on him. And then again, I'm not really the strongest guy. I'm just basing myself on whether or not I could just keep my own against an average looking guy. And also Grant, I think Grant would also most likely kick my butt. Because he was a Civil War general and he looks like he's pretty tough for the time. But I feel like I could pull it off if I made him a whiskey offering. Mega Mind. Just read the comments from your phone. Great idea. I think I'm going to do that. Grant killed bears. All right. I think that's good enough to know whether it's barehanded or not. It's up to Rutherford B. Hayes. I don't know much about this guy. All I know is that he won a very close election. And that basically ended Reconstruction. So I feel like he's kind of the guy who would want to compromise things rather than fight it out. So I'm going to put him in 50-50. I feel like he'd not want to fight me. I feel like he'd just want to chat while I'm, and he also looks like that body mass right there. He looks like he could absorb a few punches from me. He just like sit there while I'm just like pounding his stomach in, and he just won't be phased. He'd be reverse Houdini. So up next we have James A. Garfield. I think I'm going to yes, I actually did say that. Oh shoot, my webcam? Wait a minute. I'm not using that webcam. James A. Garfield. This guy, he got assassinated. You might not know this guy, but he got assassinated by an insane guy who really wanted a job from him. But so he shot him in the back, and then he died several months later because he got gangrene or something like that. So I feel like if I land a good enough punch in like a weak spot or something, he'd be down and just be too slow to get up. So 60-40. I feel like he does have a bit of that body muscle on him. So I'd have to go pretty hard. I may break a few bones in the process, but I think it would be worth it. I think both of us would come out of the ring pretty bruised, but I think I'd ultimately get the last laugh on Garfield. Chester A. Arthur. Don't know who this guy is. So I'm just going to put him in the 50-50 tier. He also looks pretty robust. Grover Cleveland. I hear that this guy 40-60. I feel like he'd sit on me or something and I'd struggle to get up. I don't know. Most of these presidents, like during like the late 1800s or something, they just don't look very athletic, but they do look like they could belly flop you or something. Benjamin Harrison. I feel like this guy doesn't look as heavyweight as these other presidents. Like with Grover Cleveland, if he's fighting me, he's basically just going to. He just looks like he'd probably just go full Andre the Giant on me and just belly flop me or something like that. So Benjamin Harrison, 50-50. Also, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just yapping at this point. William McKinley. So this guy, he started the Spanish-American War and the whole yellow journalism in the USS Maine. So I feel like he's I feel like he's the kind of guy who will you know that prank that some of you guys did? Listen to War Pigs. You know that prank that some of the kids in school would do where they would just put a huge amount of graphite on their paper and then rub their arms on it and it made you look like you hit them? I feel like this is the guy. I feel like this guy, he'd probably do the same thing. He'd make it look like I was the one who was attacking him, and maybe he'd just get a whole mob to come after me. So I feel like he played pretty dirty against me. But then again, he was also assassinated in a similar way Garfield was. So 50-50. Up next, Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, he's giving me an ass whooping. There's no doubt, this guy, he's tough as hell. He once got shot while giving a speech, and even after he got shot, he just kept giving that speech. I think he's also pretty much the equivalent of a human cockroach. Like any disease or disability that got thrown at him, he was just able to just shake it off like it was nothing. So I think that no matter how much I'd fight, he'd ultimately just get the upper hand and just break my neck or something. Even if I managed to draw blood or give him the deepest puncture wound and make him lose so much blood, he would just get back up and just continue fighting like it was nothing. To him, punches are tickles. He's like if Chuck Norris was a president. Up next, we have Taft. The fat guy, the guy who got stuck in his bathtub. I'm going 40-60 on this one. I feel like this poor guy would just fall down. I think I'm gonna beat his ass. He'd just fall down. He wouldn't be able to get back up, and then I could just choke him out. That's how easy it would be. Up next, we have Woodrow Wilson. Doesn't this guy just... So, Woodrow Wilson? Doesn't this guy just look so punchable? Like, out of all the presidents, I feel like he'd eat them punches. Straight up bullying these presidents, bro. But yeah, I feel like I don't know too much about Woodrow Wilson, other than the fact that he was really racist and that he got the country in World War I. So I feel like this douchebag would... Maybe he put up a good fight. Maybe I think 40-60 on Woodrow Wilson. And then Warren G. Harding, I think I'd most likely beat his ass because I feel like out of all the presidents, this guy, other than a pretty recent one who I'm not going to mention my beliefs about because that's not the point of this channel. But this guy, I feel like he would probably be, other than the guy the guy I'm referring to, he'd probably be the most fragile president in terms of both ego and his physical stature. He died of a heart attack early in his presidency, and he also was a guy who I know cared mostly about his image. So I feel like he'd talk the talk but not walk the walk. Now, on contrary to Calvin Coolidge, I don't really want to fight this guy. He just seems like a chill dude. So 50-50. I feel like maybe we throw some punches, but we resolve it with words later on. Herbert Hoover. I think I'd go 40-60 with this guy. Don't know much about how he was before he became president. Like, I know a lot of these guys were basically war heroes or like journalists or something before they became president. So 50, I think I'm going to go 50-50. Like, Herbert Hoover just looks like the most vanilla. He just looks so vanilla and unassuming. Can't wait to see Trump. Me neither. FDR, I'm sorry, buddy. You're getting bodied. Okay, chat, just go crazy about FDR. We all know that he's not going to survive, especially against me. He's literally paralyzed. He's literally a vegetable. He was bound to his wheelchair, and he couldn't move without the help of anyone else. Yeah, all I'd have to do is just push him out of the wheelchair and then just do like a crippler crossface on him. Just, it's not going to be pretty. Up next, we have Harry Truman. Harry Truman. Don't know much about this guy before he became president. This guy just looks like a total nerd. Like, don't you think? Harry Truman, So I feel like I don't really want to fight this guy. I feel like I don't know, Truman. 50-50, maybe? Bro is playing 60 chess. 60 chess. Now, Eisenhower is different because he was a war general and he commanded D-Day, so I think he's got some like experience to him. So I think it's borderline ass whooping. So he's gonna beat my ass. He'd probably just yell at me and just intimidate me into submission, and then he'd finish me off. John F. Kennedy, let's just get the jokes out of the way. But honestly, I feel like this guy could probably beat me up pretty well. He served in World War II, and he saved a life as well as I'm concerned. Yeah, I think, and JFK also just looks like a very. Did you kill him? I don't know if we're gonna be. I feel like killing is just. I feel like fighting to the death is just kind of an afterthought. Like, it could happen with all these guys, but JFK, like he played football for like Boston College, I think, and he also kick Wilson's ass. Definitely would love to. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to fight John F. Kennedy either way, even if I have to. It's one of the Lyndon B. Johnson. Most likely I'd beat Squidward's ass here. Richard Nixon, he also feels like the kind of guy who would, much like Warren Harding, I feel like he'd talk the talk but not walk the walk or something. No, I feel like no. I think Richard Nixon is the guy who just chicken out. So you know what? I think most likely I'd beat his ass. Like he'd say that he'd, 40-60. I think Nixon, he would do some damage to me, but I feel like I would get the upper hand on him and then he'd just chicken out. So, you know what? I'm going to create another one for Nixon. Dang it. Which one was what was the color for this? I feel like it was, I don't remember the color. I think it was this. All right, there we go for Nixon. There we go. Make this. Whew. Gotta catch my breath. Gerald Ford. I think Gerald Ford, he played football for Michigan, so I think he's one of those guys who can do a solid job. I think, I take it back. I'm gonna put him in ass whooping. I think he might go full Ray Lewis on me and just get me a grade 7 concussion. Next, Jimmy Carter. Again, I do not want to fight Jimmy Carter because he's just the kind of guy who would want to resolve things with diplomacy and not actual fighting. So, and also he's a Georgia native. So 40-60. 40-60. Yeah, that's. All right, up next we have Reagan. For being such an old guy, Reagan he looks tough as hell. I think I put him in 60-40. Like I got the youth and fresh mindset advantage to me, but I feel like Reagan, even though he was old and he was dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's when he was president. Yo, chat, did my live get disconnected? Yo, chat, did my live get disconnected? No, it didn't. Can you hear me? Yo, chat, did my live get disconnected? No, it didn't. Can you hear me? What's up, Luke? Yo, what's up? Elie Fletcher? All right, you guys can hear me? So yeah, while Reagan may be old and he may not be as cognitively fresh as me, I do think that he could do some damage. I think he is pretty tough. He survived an assassination attempt. So I feel like I'd be the slight underdog against him. It's the veteran versus the rookie. I think that's what it would be like. And George H.W. Bush. This guy got shot down over the Pacific during World War II, and he survived cannibals. So I feel like I'd also put him in. Oh, wait, no. Why did I say I would be the underdog? Also, why? Gosh dang, I'm such an idiot. I'm going to put. I'm pretty sure he was also pretty young when he became president, at least compared to like some of the other guys before him. Oh wait, no, I think I'm thinking of Clinton here. Oh wait, no. Gosh dang it, I had brain fart here. I meant to keep Jimmy Carter down here. George Bush, I think I'm also putting him next to Reagan in the 60-40. They'd most likely kick my ass. Up next, we have Bill Clinton. All right, let's get the jokes out of the way. Get the jokes out of the way for Bill Clinton. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do it. He's taking me to Epstein Island. So, I think as long as I can escape from his seductive wrath, I think I'll be okay. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where did my life come to this? George W. Bush. I think he's 40-60. I feel like W would be. I think W would kind of give me a hard time, but I feel like I'd ultimately be victorious on him because he's just not a very smart guy, if you know what I mean. So I think most likely I think most likely W would you know. Gosh dang. I'm so redundant. I need to get back to speech classes because I feel like I try to make extra points even when the points I make are already done. Barack Obama. If it was a basketball game, he would definitely whoop my ass. But if I was fighting him, I think it'd go either way. I think me and him are kind of like in the same physicality, so I feel like Obama, it would just All right, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Politics aside, I think I'd fare pretty well against Trump. I think I'd most likely beat his ass. For starters, he's like really old. And speaking of which, yeah, Joe Biden, you're getting bodied. But yeah, the two of these guys, they're very old. They're not very smart. They don't have the wits or the and they're also not very healthy. It'd be like Jake Paul against Mike Tyson again with these guys. The only reason I put Trump above Biden is because I feel like Trump has sort of the the stature, so he may be able to absorb a few punches before completely being wiped out. And I think also Trump is pretty tall. How tall is he? Like 6'4", 6'5"? Trump would deport you. Yeah, he likely would. He likely would after I eventually defeat him in a fight. Oh my gosh, my lungs are in pain. So yeah, those are the presidents and how much I think I'd beat them in a fight. So next, what do I want to do? I could do a zoology YouTuber tier list. or I don't think I want to do a tier list just yet. Again, maybe do a Q&A session right now. Just answer some questions. So if you want to ask me anything, you can fire away. What's your favorite TV show? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There you have it. All right. Next. More questions. Coming. Have you heard of the 50 States song? Are you talking about the one from Animaniacs? Because yes, I have. 50 State. I have heard of that song. Gosh, the Hawks are getting bodied. We're down by 22 now. Reptile YouTubers. What's your favorite YouTuber? I'll give you some of my favorite YouTubers. Alex from Ravishing Reptiles, who I hope joins the stream. Dead Meat, or James A. Janice, the guy who does the kill counts for all the horror movies. How do you feel about the Falcons draft? I love it. I'm very happy with it. I think that Ian Cunningham and Matt Ryan have done very good with what limited resources they had. And I think Zachariah Branch, he was an absolute steal. And I also think that the Terrell brothers are going to wreak havoc on the field. Growing up, I was also a huge fan of Laserbeam. And also SML. He was one of the funniest. No, he was one of the best YouTubers I had growing up. And I think he also influenced my humor. Let's see. You should react to an SML. All right. Which one? We can do it right now. Which one? The superpowers one. All right, SML. Warning, this, oh boy, shoot, frick. Oh man, I really don't want my, alright, so let's see, SML soup. This is 16 minutes long. I don't know if I really want to go for that long. Holy cow, how deep is the screen going? Chad, Chad, is the video showing up? Yo, Chad, can you see the video? I don't think I can. You can see it? I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just doing this because the chat wanted me to be accommodating. All right, I guess I'll just have to deal with this. Gosh, we're getting destroyed. 91 18. We're down like 18 still. You're not a cannonball, Cody. You're an exercise ball. Learn the difference. You're supposed to be a nerd and you can't even tell the difference. Okay, I think this. I'm gonna speed this up. How? Why is this screen here? I'm sorry, but do you think we should? Three likes already. All right, I gotta get people back into this chat right here. You should do the next tier list. All right, that would be the reptile YouTubers tier list, and I'm going to get my friend Alex on the stream. I'm gonna try to get hoping I can get him onto the stream. I'll do these tier lists next. All right, let's see. Never heard of him. Never heard of her. I don't think I've heard. I think that's Reptilia. I'm only doing the ones that I've seen, so I'm going to filter out all the ones that I have seen. It's bioactive. Alex was active yesterday, so I hope he sees this. Wow, I think I need to catch up on. I gotta catch up on a lot of these. think I've heard of the Critter Box, but I don't think I've seen them. Wow, this tier list is smaller than I expected. I was expecting a much bigger list, so oh boy, only one watching. Alex was active yesterday. I don't know where he is now. Hopefully he'll come. I think I'm gonna do the reptile. I'll do the net reptile tier list later, but for now I'm going to do the zoology YouTuber tier list. Oh boy. I'm pretty disappointed at the ones I saw. Like, there's not much to say about them. I think I'll just... So, starting off, we have Animal Logic. B tier, I think. I don't really... I think the videos that they make are pretty informative, and I do like that they do go into intense scientific detail with them. But I don't know, I do learn a lot from them, but they're not really my go-to. So I think C tier. All right, I don't know who this guy is. On the contrary, Mamadou, yeah, he's one of my favorites. He's definitely one of my biggest inspirations behind Spencer's Adventures, with his over-the-top sarcastic humor that he brings, and his I guess it's his, how would you describe his humor? Deadpan? I think it's something like that. Clint's Reptiles is an A tier. Dino Facts. I always get his notifications whenever he pops up. I think he's also an A tier. He tends to talk about his lizard. Tends to talk about the dinosaurs, and he also talks about the lore of other media too, and he likes to post memes. So he tends to be a pretty cool all around guy. So yeah, I like him. Never heard of this one. PBS Eons. I think they kind of have the same thing that Animal Logic does. They are they're very informative, which I appreciate. But they could work with the engagement stuff. I feel like Animal Logic, they kind of lean into the more engaging stuff a bit more than PBS Eons. And I also don't know who this guy is or this guy is. Lindsay's another S tier. She's also the one of the many people who have inspired me to make this kind of stuff and share my interests. And I also really love YouTubers who swear, and she swears like quite a good amount in her videos, and they don't come across as forced. They kind of have like the right amount of edge to them. And I see that she's also been collaborating with some other bigger YouTubers like Eons and Animal Logic. All right, don't know who this is. Don't know who this is. And who is that? Is that Red Raptor Rights? Red Raptor writes, I'm pretty sure he's not really a zoology YouTuber. He more so just talks about dinosaur related media. Oh boy. Gosh. I think I search history. I think I need to clear out my search history. I do so much research for other things. I think it's alright. Red Raptor writes, I've seen a couple videos from him. I'm gonna give him a B tier because he does make good reviews. Salmonella, he hasn't uploaded in a very long time. I want to give him an S tier, but I think I have to put him in A. But he is one of my favorites. Very funny, very engaging. The science show, I don't think I've seen much of the science show. I think D tier maybe. What is happening with me? I think I've seen one video from Trey the Explorer. So I think also D. No disrespect to these guys. It's just that I haven't seen much from them. I think Suki, he's fine. He makes decent videos about invasive species and like endangered species or any other like random topics. He kind of sort of follows like something similar to what I do, kind of, and oh boy. And of course, Tirzu. He might be the best one besides Mamadou or Casual Geographic. So yeah, those are all my animal YouTubers right here. I don't think I went very much in depth with these guys. I don't think I've watched. Maybe it's because I haven't watched much of them in recent times to really judge them, or maybe it's just because I'm bad at talking. Are you Tirzu? No, I'm not Tirzu, but I would love to collab with him one day. Let's see, we have 2 viewers. Oh boy, I gotta breathe. Curse you, Tearing Zoo. I put Tirzu in S tier, man. What are you talking about? I'm gonna try to get some more people on this live stream. I think I need to take a breather from so much talking. Oh my, it's starting to get painful. pardon me if I'm taking a little while. Just trying to get more people to join my stream. Get me to ask questions and stuff like that. Hold up, I'll go promote you. Thank you. Thank you for that, Luke. So yeah, let's just take a breather here. Has anyone ever seen this snake before? This is a stiletto snake, and they get their names because their fangs come out of their fangs come out of their mouths like stiletto knives or heels or something like that, and they can bite, and they can like side bite you or bite you when their mouths are closed. All right. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna get destroyed. The Hawks are gonna get destroyed now. Maybe they can pull off a comeback, but I highly doubt it. One nuke. I'm in the other stream to promote. What other stream? I don't. Ooh, he's promoting me in a different live stream. All right, I think I'm going to start the reptile YouTuber tier list now. So, of course, S is the worst. S is the best. F is the worst. We're going to start off with the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Barksick himself. Obviously, he's going into S tier. There's no doubt about it. He is a legend. He's inspired so many people, including myself. He is probably the Michael Jordan when it comes to reptile king. Next we have, this is Reptiliadis. He's the owner of Tiki and Torch. I put him in A tier. Maybe. I don't know. Like A. He just seems like a Tokay whisperer. Like his Tokays are just so well behaved, and I feel like he's inspired many people to get into like these geckos. Oh my gosh, my throat. Kayla's Critters. I'm following her, but I don't think I've seen very much of her. C tier maybe? Actually B. I'll be nice and give her a B. Tiki's Geckos. Haven't seen much of him either. C tier. No offense to these two guys. I'm sure they make great content, but I just haven't seen much of it. I'm pretty sure Tiki's Geckos. I think I'll put him in B. I don't think there's anyone on here, at least so far, that I'd truly consider putting into the into like these tiers over here. But if they did show up, then I'd know where to put them. Up next, Alex, Ravishing Reptiles. Obviously, he's one of my biggest fans, one of my biggest supporters. He's going into S tier. He makes great videos on reptile keeping, and also he gets into herpetology videos. He's an all-around great guy. I love him very much. And I'm not being biased whatsoever. Riddler Reptiles. Oh boy, he's also pretty close to Alex. No offense, Riddler, but I think... Do I have a Wii U? No, I don't have a Wii U. I used to have a Switch Lite. I don't have a Wii or a Wii U. I used to have a Switch Lite, but I sold it. Eagle. Lots of turtles here. Man. Oh boy. Catalia. She's pretty funny from what I've seen. I'll put her in B tier. Up next, Dakota Blue. This guy was probably the main one who got me into Tokays. So I'll also put him in A, high A tier. Very great. Oh my gosh, Hawks just got destroyed. We just got destroyed, man. What was that, 18? We got beat by 18? No. We should have done so much better than that. Who is this? Jessica? C tier. I don't think nothing truly special about her. Chandler's Wildlife. I used to be huge into Chandler. But then he just started making AI thumbnails, and that just sort of took out everything from his videos. His videos just started all becoming the same. So he's really just lost a lot of respect for me, so I'm putting him in C tier. Like AI to me, it's just so tacky. It just an AI, you know how much like it just damages our environment, and the fact that that many of these zoology and these reptile YouTubers who advocate for conservation, they use AI like this, and it just looks very hypocritical on their part. Like Brave Wilderness started doing it. Forrest Galliante, I think that's how you say it. He started doing that, and it just ruins everything. It just kills creativity. Chandler, he used to be very creative with his videos, I'm pretty sure. But now he's just sort of become somewhat of a slop farm. And I think he really needs to do better than that. Up next, Mason Barnes. I don't really think there's anything truly special about him. I think I'd put him in maybe high C tier. I think, well, he seems like a likable guy, but I don't know too much. Like, oh man, Clint is on both of these tier lists. I think as like a zoology YouTuber, Clint is definitely very good, but he's definitely one of the statesmen of herpetology YouTubers. Like he's probably one of the pioneers of it. And he's very smart, very active, very informational with his care guides. And he encourages friendly debate. He's one of the best ones there is. And let's see, is this Dave Kaufman? I don't think I've heard. I don't think I've really seen the Dave Kaufman video. I know that I'm pretty sure, is this the guy who has the crocodile monitor? I don't know. I only have down to one viewer now. Down to one. Oh boy. Just got beat by the gosh dang Knicks. All right, up next we have Nerd. I used to really like Nerd, but they seem to get into. I like Nerd, but they seem to get into drama so much for unnecessary reasons. So I feel like that sort of takes away much of the fun from watching them. So I'll put them in B tier. They definitely do show that they care for their animals a lot, but I don't really think that they're. But I think that like the drama part, especially with like Chandler's wildlife back then, it just seemed a bit. It just seemed like they were trying to stir up drama for the sake of it. And up next we have Tyler Nolan. Probably a D tier. I feel like the whole controversy with his tattoos really that was started by Herping Hippie. I think that really impacted my perception of him. Yeah, I thought it was cool that he survived a king cobra bite, and that he handled all these venomous reptiles, and like him working with Chandler. That was pretty cool, but I feel like the whole tattoo controversy. I hope he removed it and learned a lesson or two. But man, it just sucks when you tell me when the next stream is. I think it's going to be next Saturday on my birthday. Yeah, but yeah, it sucks when they turn out to be crappy people. And after that, we have Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles. I'm putting him in high A. Him and Alex are pretty good friends. He seems to have a network, a respectable network of people around him. And I'd love for Adam to give me a shout out one day where he reviews all the reptile YouTubers. And finally, last but not least, Snake Discovery. Obviously, she's an S tier. Very cool lady. Um, Very charming, and she's also, I think she's also inspired plenty of women and young girls in the reptile community. So that's great for her. Ooh, I think I'm. So those were all my tier lists. I'll try to be there. Thank you very much. Don't know if I. Wonder if I should keep this open and try to get more people to join the stream. Wondering what I should do next. I feel like I've answered questions. I did all the tier lists that I wanted to. All right, let's see. I just sent a message out to my friends, and I hope that they can join my stream. Join it soon. Do I have a crush? I think I have, but I've tried to I mean, if we're talking about real people who I'm connected with, I don't really think so. Nice. Dead Rose. You're single. You're single. You're God. Look at this guy. He does trying to be PG here. Not trying to get into any slurs that you'd call a woman or a female dog. All right. I have to go. See ya. All right. Thanks for joining the stream. I think I'll maybe do an Among Us stream. Maybe. We'll see. All right. I only have. Bye, Luke. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Gained 3 subscribers. Yay! 1,000 views. All right. How long should I wait before they come back? I think I'm going to delete this. Just want to see the. All right. I guess I'm just gonna end it right here. Hopefully I can upload. Hopefully I can upload this, and I will and get some more comments from people who watch this. So yeah. Anyways, my next live stream, it's going to be May 2nd at around 12 p.m. ish. So be there, be square. Bye.